Okay, class, so let's review what we know about modals. Required, we use must, have to. What else? Mustn't, good. And for advised, should and shouldn't. And what about for allowed? Don't, have to. Very good. Okay, class, so now that we've learned a little bit more about modals and the difference between should, shouldn't have, must have, and so on, let's look at some sentences and see if we need to fill in any blanks. So for the first one, let's read it out as a class. You must blank call the teacher by her first name. What do we think? Do we think we need to add something in there, or is it okay as it is? Right. You mustn't call the teacher by her first name. Very good. Now let's look at the next one. You shouldn't blank leave your hands under the table when you eat. What about this? Is this okay, or do we need to change it? Right. It's okay the way it is. We don't need to fill in the blank here. All right, last one. You don't have blank get married. What do you think? Is it okay, or do we need to add something? Very good. You don't have to get married. Okay, class, next, let's look at some sentences, and I want you to tell me if it's correct or if it isn't correct. And if it isn't, let's fix it. Okay, so the first sentence, let's read together. You must to call a teacher by her first name. What do we think? Does that sound right? Good. You mustn't. Mustn't is the word we need in this sentence. Okay, let's move to the next one. You shouldn't buy bread from a different bakery. What do we think? Correct? Very good. All right, and let's look at the last one. You don't have get married. What do we think? Very good. We need to add a to after the word have. You don't have to get married. Okay, class, so now I'm going to give you a list of sentences, and I want you to help me find the right word for each sentence. So in the first one, it is advised to arrive late. So what word could we use here instead of it isn't advised? Very good. You should. We would say you should arrive late. Very good. Okay. So next, it is required to greet friends with a kiss. What word could we use here? Very good. We could say you have to. You have to greet friends with a kiss. Very good. Okay, last. You can choose to bring a gift. What would we use here? You can choose. Very good. You don't have to bring a gift.